UFC Fight Night Onama versus Garcia was a big success as we cashed in on another profitable week where we cashed 5.67 units of profit, which is absolutely insane. We have been on an absolute tear and it looks like we can't be stopped. We just keep on robbing the bookies week in and week out. Let's do a full recap of all the bets I gave out in my free Discord. Firstly, but not least, my free bet of the week, Sokyonko moneyline, cashed easily. I had 2.5 units on the moneyline at 1.858 odds, which was absolutely free. And I also put 0.3 units on him to win by decision, as well as 0.2 units for him to win by decision and to cover the spread at $4.75, which was insane value. I thought that was super live because I thought he would beat Philip Rowe the exact same way he would beat Owen Elliott, which is exactly what he did. Then my next two legs for the safety parlay, Caitlin Vieira versus Norma Dumont over 2.5 rounds. That cashed easily. Toledo Alencar versus Carnelosi. I'm not going to lie, I got a bit lucky. At the end of round 2, Alencar was deep in that rear naked choke and she did end up getting a finish in that fight. So that one was a bit of a sweat. But the safety parlay cashed 3 units easily. Then I had these two Norma Dumont bets, half a unit on her to win by decision and half a unit for her to win by decision and to cover the spread. Again, you could argue I got a bit lucky with the Norma Dumont decision. I don't think it was a robbery at all though. Vieira just got a minute of extra control in round 2, and if you want to argue that's a big robbery, then it's up to you. But that was a pretty close fight as well. Then next, Chang Ho Lee versus Timmy Kwamba to go over 2.5 rounds. My biggest bet of the night, 3.5 units on that. I knew that their styles would match up well for this fight to go long, both durable, and with Chang Ho Lee's grounded ad style and Timmy Kwamba's technical striking, it was a recipe for a decision and it cashed easily. Then we moved on to the main card where we had a bit less success. Charles Radke versus Daniel Franzo took our first L of the night on that one. Charles Radke did have that rear naked choke in deep in round 1 and I thought he had it, but ultimately he just grappled him for majority of the fight. I thought this would be a stand-up affair where they would both be throwing bombs, so I was wrong on that one. Then D'Elia versus Waldo Cortez Acosta, where I had 0.4 units on D'Elia to get the KO under 1.5 rounds, and it looked like he was about to do it. We all thought he did it. All of us D'Elia bettors still, he got that KO, and that was exactly the way I expected him to do it, but there was an eye poke. And to be honest, maybe if he didn't poke him in the eye, he would have finished him anyways. Who knows? But that completely shut off his rhythm and he ended up getting knocked out just moments later. So that was a bit of a bummer. But on to the main event, Steve Garcia gets a KO exactly like I said he would. If you want to check out my breakdown for that fight, you can look back. My notes are simple. David Onama, it gets rocked and dropped too much against Steve Garcia, who is an absolute finisher and he won't let him off the hook, and that's what happened. 0.4 units at $3.50 odds, which is absolutely insane. Now you take a look, a total of 5.67 units profit, which is absolutely insane. Another great night of betting. And remember boys, if you want to access all of my bets for absolutely free, click that Discord link in bio and let's make you some money. Let's go.